Yo, yo, yo. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I'm just chilling at the crib right now, man, just relaxing in bed, back at y'all with some more boxing talk. On the road to 3K. We well into the 2K mark. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. We got some things, as always, that we need to discuss currently going on in the boxing world. And I appreciate everybody that's been patient. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's been keeping up with the channel, regardless of the slight inconsistencies that I've been having, man. I appreciate it very much. We getting it together little by little. So I know we'll be back in the mix within no time, man. I seen there was a few people that had commented prior to the live going into effect. Let me shout out Adrenaline Live. Chris OY, what's going on, my brother? Yours truly says Future of Philly. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, man. Stop Motion MMA is currently in the building, man. Do me a favor. As soon as you step in the building, you got to hit the like button, man. We got to get the algorithm on the up. We got to show the people outside of the nation exactly what's going on in the boxing world. Some great boxing talk over here at Mazuma TV. You know what I'm saying? And we going to continue building, man. So if you want to continue to get the channel on a positive route, getting in the right direction, man, we got 4 people in the building. Let's get 4 likes, man. Let's get 4 likes as soon as we get this shit on and popping. You know what I mean? 5 people in the building now. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube has been doing their best to, I'm not going to say undermine me. I don't think I'm that well known yet to necessarily say I'm being blackballed or anything like that. But I do think that they've been doing things to try to hold me back just slightly, man. I'll go live and I'll say a few curse words or whatever the situation is, and they'll limit my monetization. You know what I mean? And then every time I get them to review it, they put it back on. But it's like as soon as I put the monetization on, they just make it ineligible off of the rip, and then I just gotta sit here and wait a whole business day or however long it is just to get the stuff back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I got something going on right now. Give me 1 second. My fault, y'all. I just can't catch a break with the shit that be going on in my life, man. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up. We definitely gonna chop it up. We gonna talk about what's currently going on in the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Keep running your mouth. What's going on? Yeah. Boxing film. What up? What up? Yeah, we got some things that we need to discuss, man. We got some things that we need to discuss for sure. Just everyday life shit, y'all. All right, let's get into the talks, man. Because at this point, this shit is crazy, bro. Yeah, everything's straight coffee plan. Let's get into this boxing talk, man. So let me actually pull this up right here because we got some things that we and this shit is so easy too. It's just I don't be understanding how, you know, I don't be understanding how these people be allowing these motherfuckers to get away with this bullshit, bro. Because that's all it really is at the end of the day. And on some real shit, bro, it's like this shit could easily be debunked with just a simple, just a little bit of research, man. That's all it really needs in order to, correct certain things. But these dudes be doing interviews with certain people and don't be up to date. Uh, my fault. Like these dudes literally come in, what I mean? They do these interviews with these dudes, don't be well versed in, what that person may be involved in. Like, for example, like let's say you got a podcast, you know what I'm saying? And then you go and you about to interview a motherfucking astronaut. Meanwhile, there's nothing that you really know about, astrology or whatever the fuck the situation is. You don't know nothing about planets. You don't know nothing about space. You don't know nothing about stars. You don't know nothing about any of that shit. So, you could ask certain questions, and you might be able to ask some questions that will create some great answers and things like that. Just a great conversation overall. But when you're ill-advised and when you're just ignorant to a subject, you're literally leaving an avenue for that person that's talking, the person that's being asked the questions, to open up a whole can of bullshit. And because you don't really know anything about it, they could, what I mean? There's no way for you to really correct it. You know what I'm saying? So let me actually pull this up right now, man. And for those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Obviously he's getting ready for his bout against Steve Claggett, a fight that we don't really give a fuck about at all. Trash ass fight that I've been saying for a little while now. They try to deny the fight actually happening at one point in time, but in reality, it was a fight that they was putting together this entire time. You know what I'm saying? They seen the backlash they was getting from it, so they pulled back a little bit. But they back into the mix with Steve Claggett, and I know exactly why they fighting Steve Claggett. I've been saying this for a little while now. They don't want Teofimo, top rank, his handlers, matchmakers, whatever the hell you want to call them, don't want Teofimo Lopez in there with anybody who's capable of having any type of boxing ability or lateral movement at that. So what they're doing is they're trying to revitalize Teofimo's career. They want to make him have like a great statement. They want him to make a statement. They want him to actually be back in the mix with like being mentioned amongst like the best names, because lately he's been involved with like a lot of negative criticism in terms of him not being able to cut off the ring and just not looking impressive, his power not carrying over to 140 pounds and stuff like that. So they putting him in there with a style that is very easy for somebody like Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is a counterpuncher with great timing, good speed, athleticism, and stuff like that. So when he's able to get in there with somebody who's going to stand directly in front of him and had a type of style where they'll take two punches to attempt to land one, somebody like Teofimo Lopez will shine on them 99.9% of the time. So that's exactly why they take it Steve Claggett. They could try to spin it all they want. Like Steve Claggett is a formidable opponent, and he's ranked in this sanctioning body and all this stuff. Like at the end of the day, the dude's ranked like number 15 in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? And there could have been, plenty of other people that would have been worthy candidates in all honesty. Arnold Barbosa could have been somebody that Teofimo could have fought, although he's with Golden Boy as of right now. That could have been somebody that he could have fought. There's a whole list of people that I'm sure would have been okay with fighting Teofimo Lopez, but he chose Steve Claggett nonetheless. And Teofimo Lopez, whenever he has a fight coming up, he always says some controversial shit, or he says he pimps the media. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Slime. What's going on? What's going on? You know what I mean? Boxing Film said, I lost all respect for what he said about Puerto Rico. I mean, I did too. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely checked that. We corrected that and all that, because at the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez, he has trouble trying to find exactly who he is, because he is Honduran. However, Hondurans don't really give a fuck about boxing. He doesn't really have a fan base in Honduras. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about how he was going to do a fight over there and how that was going to be his next thing. But all of a sudden, you know, that fell through because at the end of the day, Top Rank ain't about to lose no fucking money showcasing a fight out in Honduras when nobody's going to come out to try to see Teofimo Lopez. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? He low-key wants to be a Puerto Rican fighter. You could tell. You know, I've seen a lot of his posts where he says he has a left hook like a Puerto Rican, and he's playing like Frankie Ruiz songs and his fucking Instagram page and shit like that. So at the end of the day, man, you could talk all the shit that you want, but you low-key wish that you had you know, the people behind you to really back you. Because on some real shit, you know, from what I've heard from Top Rank and stuff like that, they identify you as a black fighter. You know what I'm saying? So with Teofimo, not saying that he's black, but they approach him like a black fighter because at the end of the day, Honduras isn't a big, you know, boxing country. You know, it's not like the Argentinians are going to back him. He's not Argentinian. He's not Puerto Rican. He's not Dominican. You know what I mean? He's not Irish. He's not a European like Lomachenko or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So they look at him as like a typical American fighter. You know what I mean? But somehow, some way, Teofimo is going out of his way to say that, you know, Top Rank only gives a fuck about their black fighters. Bro, they carry you the same exact way that they carry everybody else. But that's a completely different topic. You know what I'm saying? Champy says Canelo the face of boxing. I mean, I guess. You know what I mean? I think there's multiple faces in boxing and they all have their reasons, but, you know, it is what it is. But that's not what we even talking about. Canelo is not the subject. We talking about Teofimo Lopez. And I'm going to play the audio from the Donza project, man. Shout out to them. They put together some quality content, man. I be loving their podcast. And, you know, I love the certain people that they bring on there. And I guess he ran into Teofimo Lopez somehow. And do I favor Teo over Tank? No, I don't. I think Tank will defeat Teofimo. But anyways, let's see exactly what he said right here, man, because I can't believe that this man says this with full-on confidence and actually believes the shit that he's saying. This is the textbook definition of delusion, y'all. I'm going to just let y'all know that right now. This is textbook definition of delusion. When you're able to just say shit so openly and believe it to be true when in actuality it isn't, and you carrying it as if it is, this like textbook definition of like mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? This is delusion at its finest. But anyways, let's get into what Teofimo's saying. So I'm gonna play the audio, and I want to see exactly what y'all think about it. So let's go. Hold on real quick.
Divisions 135, 140. And I know that, you know, I be slaying these demons, man. I be slaying these giants, you know, and look at a two-time lineal world champion in two weight divisions, 135, 140, kingpin, the takeover, and all of that at 25 years young. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things that I've done, these accolades, man, and the first male undisputed, two-time undisputed male world champion in the world. Teofimo.
Y'all peep that shit? Boy, dicking in the background. Don't even know that the nigga lying the whole time. He like, whole time the nigga is openly lying. Let's reverse this back again. Let's play this one more time.
Male undisputed, two-time hold on. All of that at 25 years young. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things that I've done, these accolades, man, and the first male undisputed, two-time undisputed male world champion in the world. Teofimo.
Yeah. You know what it is though? The sport, it's like it's so used to the gimmicks, right? Like the gimmicks.
Nigga, he is the gimmick. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is you even talking about? So y'all heard the audio right there. I'm gonna play that shit a few more times. But this man Teofimo Lopez lying out his crooked ass teeth on this interview right here, talking about how he's the first two-time undisputed. He said first male two-time undisputed world champion. This is what Teofimo Lopez is spitting out here, man. And it's crazy that this man actually has fans. I ain't gonna say no names. I've had him on my channel before. This man has fans that actually be backing the shit that he's saying. But, you know, with the current climate that we have in boxing right now, man, it's not far-fetched to have people just believe whatever the fuck you say. We got people over here that's defending Ryan Garcia to this day. This man settled and admitted that he had ostarine in his system, but there's still conspiracy theorists out here that's saying the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not far-fetched to believe that they'll defend Teofimo Lopez if they'll defend a drug cheat. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, bro. Like, it's sad that this is a grown-ass man. This is a grown-ass man, and I ain't dissing Low. I bring Low on here all the time, and I'll be talking to him. But yeah, Low is one of them dudes that be defending the bullshit that Teofimo Lopez be saying. And this ain't shit talk at all. I brought him on this channel, and we spoke about this before. You know what I'm saying? Low is one of my guys on here. We talk on the regular. You know what I'm saying? But I do criticize Low, and I've criticized him multiple times about him defending this undisputed shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Karma. She says, I think he just speaks and doesn't think about what he's saying. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious, because if he was to think clearly about what he was saying, then he would know that what he's saying is false. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, bro, let's talk about it for those of y'all who new to boxing or just not like up to date with what's going on. So there was a point in time where Teofimo Lopez was chasing Vasyl Lomachenko, right? Because Vasyl Lomachenko was that dude at 135 pounds at one point in time, right? So he's on his mission to become world champion. It's the takeover, blah, blah, blah. And this is when I believe, in all honesty, Teofimo Lopez was at like his peak. He goes and he fights Richard Comey. I believe at the time, Richard Comey was the IBF lightweight champion of the world. I believe that's what it was. He fights Richard Comey. I believe he stops him in the second round. You know what I'm saying? He stops him in the second round, knocks Richard Comey out, stops him, whatever. So then he goes straight into the fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, Vasyl Lomachenko was somebody who at the time had the WBA, he had the WBO, and he had the WBC franchise belt. You see what I'm saying? Franchise belt, which the WBC had recognized at one point in time as a trophy. This is not a world title, y'all. This is not a world title. Let me repeat that. The WBC franchise belt is not a world title. I've heard Mauricio Suleiman consider the WBC franchise belt a fucking trophy, y'all. This is something that you guys can look up on your own. You know what I'm saying? And, this is facts right here. This is not shit that I'm making up. And the reason why Vasyl Lomachenko is a WBC franchise champion was because at one point in time, he wasn't really looking to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney was somebody who I believe was the mandatory for the WBC title. Vasyl Lomachenko didn't want to fight him at the time. So what they did was they pretty much made the WBC did something that was pretty, I'm not going to lie to you. It was pretty smart on their end. They didn't want to. The WBC belt is a duck. The franchise belt is a duck belt. The stranger, that's a beautiful comment right there. That's facts, my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely facts. But the they did something strategic, and they went out of their way to make it seem they wanted to follow their process, right? And giving Devin Haney his belt, but they didn't want to make Vasyl Lomachenko look like a duck, or at least make him feel like a duck. So what they did was they gave the legitimate title over to Devin Haney, which is why they called him an email champ. And that was something that had started with Devin Haney a while back. And then they gave Vasyl Lomachenko the WBC franchise belt. You know what I'm saying? So that was what was going on. So in actuality, when Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez fought each other, it was for unification at 135 pounds, not undisputed. People got to understand the difference. When you're fighting for undisputed, it is all four major titles on the line. Not WBA regular, not WBC silver. No, all full status belts are on the line when they fight each other. For example, Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford had the WBO. Errol Spence had the IBF, the WBA, the WBC. That is an undisputed fight. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk was an undisputed fight. You feel what I'm saying? So when Vasyl Lomachenko, a lot of people got it misconstrued. Like it was a unification fight. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo had the IBF. Okay, let's see exactly what PYP saying right here. He said, Mazuma, the franchise belt owner was made for Canelo, allows people to travel divisions and lets them keep belts. Correct. I believe it did start with Canelo. I'm not sure exactly where it had started, but I do believe it has started with Canelo. And you know what's crazy? You could travel divisions and still be able to keep your full status title. The whole intention behind the franchise belt, in my opinion, based off of what I've seen, is to, you know, allow fighters to not face their mandatories and still make them feel like a champion. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think the whole thing is. It's like, you know, the WBC can't say fuck mandatories because they got what the fuck is what is the point of them having a ranking system if they saying fuck mandatories? They want these fighters to hold on to these belts. You know what I'm saying? They want big stars like Canelo Alvarez to stay within their franchise and shit like that so they can keep paying sanctioning fees. So they're gonna give them a whole separate belt that they don't need to defend or have mandatories with, so they could keep charging them along the way. And then the ones who's actually, you know, looking to be champion and, you know, stuff like that, they get a sanctioning fee off of them as well. I guarantee you the franchise belt came with a fucking sanctioning fee. I guarantee you that these dudes that be having these WBC franchise belts, which I don't think no longer exists in all honesty. I don't even know if the franchise belt is still around. I haven't heard of anybody being a franchise champion in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm going to say is this. When Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez fought each other, it was not for undisputed. You know why? Because Devin Haney at the time was the full status WBC lightweight champion of the world. And these are facts, right? So this man defeats Vasyl Lomachenko, which was a great performance. I think that was the peak of Teofimo Lopez in his career thus far. You know what I'm saying? I love that performance. He actually exposed Vasyl Lomachenko, in my opinion. And Teofimo Lopez showed how special he was. He's a phenomenal talent. You know what I'm saying? He's a phenomenal talent. Let's not get it wrong. YSM Sports Media. Shout out to my boy Jamil. He said it disappeared. Yeah, facts. I haven't heard of anybody having a franchise belt since then. You know what I'm saying? So that was for unification because Devin, like I said, Devin Haney had the WBC belt. So this man, Teofimo Lopez, because he wasn't really willing to fight Devin Haney at one point in time, he literally attempts to erase Devin Haney off of the history books. This is how much he dislikes Devin Haney, or how unwilling he is to fight the man, that he defeats Vasyl Lomachenko and calls himself undisputed shortly afterwards, as if there wasn't another champion in his division. As far as I'm concerned, you can't consider yourself undisputed until you beat every man that has a world title, or at least you beat the man that has all the world titles so you can become undisputed. If there's a world title out there for grabs and you don't have it, you're not undisputed. I don't understand what the fuck is so complicated about that, because I remember when Teofimo was out here saying all this bullshit, there was people that was actually rocking with him. I even saw Marcos Villegas, little corny ass, coming out here, that Fight Hub dude, whatever his name is. He was coming out here talking about how Teofimo was undisputed and all that shit. Bro, are y'all just trying to rewrite history? Like, y'all just trying to ignore certain things that's going on in boxing? Like, you clearly see this man Devin Haney being called the WBC lightweight champion of the world at the time. Well, y'all just gonna ignore him, call him an email champ, and go about y'all day? This man Teofimo Lopez did everything in his power to try to ignore Devin Haney and act like this man did not exist. Meanwhile, this man he calling Teofimo all types of, Teofimo calling Devin all types of email champions, and they all want to get like me and they all want to be like me. They're not on my level, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, you go into your next fight against George Kambosos, somebody who also wasn't on your level. He proceeded to beat the dog shit out of you. Yep, YSM, that's the beautiful comment. He says undisputed means no dispute by definition. And yeah, that's the problem. He was calling himself undisputed, but there was in fact a dispute on who was the champion in the division. Why? Because there was two people holding belts at that point in time at the same time. You feel me? So he goes and he fights George Kambosos. We all know what happens. Kambosos puts on a clinic, beats up on Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez, in that same interview that I have right here, he says that they gave the fight to George Kambosos. He said that he didn't sell his soul and he and all that shit. So because of that, they pretty much undermined him and gave the fight to George Kambosos. They gave it to him as if Kambosos didn't beat the dog shit out of him and clearly won the fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how delusional this man is. And you know, I don't really want to come sideways at these dudes with the Donza project or anything like that, because I don't really consider them boxing fans. You know what I mean? I just think that they see Teofimo. He's a name in the boxing world. He could get a couple clicks or whatever. So they just brought him on the show to just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect them to really know too much about what's going on in the sport. And I don't expect them to correct them at all, because I think that they aren't really hardcore boxing fans. I don't think they know what's currently going on in the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they really know too much. So I'm gonna forgive them for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I was to bring a motherfucking soccer player on my channel and we talking about soccer and he telling me all this bullshit, I wouldn't know what's true and what's not, because I don't watch soccer. I couldn't tell you shit about it. I couldn't tell you whether he was capping or not. You know what I'm saying? So let's play this audio back one more time, man. This is the shit that Teofimo Lopez be saying, and they was really piping him up as if he was saying some shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's play this back.
World champion in 2 weight divisions, 135, 140, kingpin, the takeover, and all of that at 25 years young. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things that I've done, these accolades, man, and the first male undisputed, 2-time undisputed male world champion in the world. Teofimo.
Yeah. You know what it is, though? The sport, it's like, it's so used to the gimmicks, right? Like the gimmicks are, again, when I was saying in every industry, it's like every industry, the gimmicks is what's selling. When they see something real, they almost don't know how to handle it sometimes. You know what I mean? So
little do you know, there's a gimmick standing right the fuck in front of you. There's a gimmick standing right in front of you as you speaking to him, but because you're not well versed in boxing and you don't know what the fuck going on, you know what I'm saying? You out here just letting him rock and just say whatever. You know what I'm saying? So according to Teofimo Lopez, he is the first 2-time undisputed male champion in boxing history. You see what I'm saying? This is Teofimo Lopez, y'all. So I want to know exactly what y'all think, because you know, I understand I don't understand, but you know, he's saying that he was undisputed at 140. Meanwhile, there's multiple champions in the 140-pound division. There's not one unified champion at 140 right now. Not one. I understand he beat Josh Taylor, who was a former undisputed champion at 140 pounds. However, when you fought Josh Taylor, I think he only had one belt. He only had one belt. So we just supposed to forget that, you know, fucking Josh Taylor got stripped and had to relinquish titles and shit like that, and he was just left with one belt. You did not fight the Josh Taylor who had all 4 simultaneously, because if that was the case, you would be the undisputed champion at 140 pounds right now. But guess what? You're not. You know what I'm saying? You're a champion in the division. Isaac Cruz is a champion in the division. Devin Haney is a champion still in the division. And Liam Paro is a champion in the division as of right now. So where the fuck does that leave any room for you to be undisputed right now? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating that, you know, somebody is that fucking delusional that they could say these certain things and actually believe this shit. Teofimo Lopez is not, like, that's not acting. He's dead serious. He's dead serious. So, you know, so when we actually see people become 2-time undisputed amongst males, because I know Clarissa Shields ended up doing it, but we sticking to men right now. Pause. You know what I'm saying? When we see that Terence Crawford was actually undisputed at 140, moved up, you know, did his thing at 47 and defeated the unified champion Errol Spence, actually accomplished that. You know, that was real. That was real shit. He did that. Then we see Nayua Inoue do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He actually did that. That was real. So it's like you pretty much discrediting them 2 dudes right there. No, you really discrediting Terence Crawford, in all honesty. You know what I'm saying? PYP Boxer says, Mazuma, if you're interviewing someone, you know they lied, would you call them out? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way I'm going to be sitting down talking to somebody and then they say some bullshit that I know is not true. And I'm just going to sit there and let them rock. That's not going to happen at all. Now, if you have an opinion that I disagree with, I'm going to let you rock out. Because I remember when Bomac was on my channel, when I interviewed him, he said that boots don't bring nothing to the table. Now, I actually disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that boots brings to the table. And I think defeating Boots would be a dope name on your resume. That's just my opinion. Now, if he were to go out and say, "Oh, Boots not a legitimate champion," or if he would have said some shit like, "Oh, like Boots ain't got no skills," then that's when I would have been like, "All right, you bugging." You know what I'm saying? Like, you bugging. You know what I'm saying? That's when I'm inclined to, respond and, actually, clap back at what you're talking about. Respond to what you're talking about. You feel me? But, that's not what he said. He just had an opinion like, yo, like he don't bring nothing to the table. And I kind of understood. I understood like his response, because when you looking at Terence Crawford and what he has going on in his career right now, he looking to cash out. He trying to bounce back from them little ass paydays he was getting with Top Rank and all that. So, he got that big check with Earl Spencer. He trying to keep that shit running up. He don't got much time left in the sport. So in the meantime, he linking up with Turkey Al-Sheikh and shit like that. And he trying to get to this money by any means necessary. And I can't knock him for that. Boxing is a small window. So you don't know how much longer you're going to be in there. You don't know how, like, there's nothing definite in boxing. So if he's looking at getting a Canelo Alvarez fight, or he's looking to, become undisputed in a different division, he may outweigh that more than a Duran Ennis fight. Then, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's not Demon. That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, for example, if he would have said that Boots not a real world champion, I would have clapped back. He didn't say that though. Only thing he said was Boots don't bring nothing to the table. And even if I disagree with that, that's an opinion. I let him rock. But if you say some blasphemous shit like, "Oh, Boots ain't got no skills, he a bum," or it don't even got to be Boots anything, then I'm gonna be like, "All right, you tripping," and we gonna have a conversation about that. And wherever it go, it go. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care to have a relationship with any of these people. Like, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I got my own shit going on. I got my own mission. I ain't sitting here to kiss nobody ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, be on somebody's coattail so I can make it somewhere. It is what it is. It's either you rocking with what I got going on or you not. Either way, I'ma still do what the fuck I need to do. I'ma still be on my mission. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Turkey Al-Sheikh really wants that Bud and Canelo fight to happen. You know what I'm saying? And if it happens, it happens. Bud gonna get what he want. And I think win or lose, I think Bud will walk away from the sport after that. I just think that's the type of time that Bud on. I think Bud feel like he don't gotta prove shit to nobody no more. This man got a world title at 35, became undisputed at 40, was doing I think he had all knockouts at 47, became undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's shown you that he's that guy. This man has fell victim to politics multiple times throughout his career and still found ways to, get his recognition and get his shine. He went in inside and outside of the ring, because a lot of people fall victim to the politics outside of the boxing ring, and they're not able to bounce back from it, blah blah blah. But winning inside and outside the ring, you know what I'm saying? So he like, and I've pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. So now let's get this motherfucking money before I get up out of here. Bud don't want to do this too much longer. Probably 2-3 more years. It's a wrap. He probably not boxing no more after that. He probably gonna do like 2-3 more fights and he out. Boxing Film says, what if Turkey offer Bud a bag for the Boots fight? Well, I'm sure, I mean, Bud will look at it. I'm sure he'll look at it. I don't think he would ever, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he will ever look away just because it's Boots. I think that if it's a significant amount of money that makes sense for Bud, I think he'll take it. I don't think Bud is scared of Boots at all. I just think that he's just looking for bigger bags. And at this point in time, Boots don't offer the biggest bag. And, it sucks because it's something that we all want to see. We want to see how good Boots is. We want to see how good – we want to see how Bud, adapts to Boots. We want to see exactly like if Boots is the future. Like there's a lot of shit that we would like to know about Boots. And I think a Bud fight will answer a lot of those questions. But at the same time, these niggas, at certain points, especially towards the end of their career, they put their business hat on and they try to go for the biggest fish possible. And at this point in time, like Boots is, he's a name. He's popular. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely on the rise. But he's not the big dog right now. And Bud feel like he the big dog. So he trying to go after other big dog. And it just so happens to be Canelo Alvarez. And Bud is pretty transparent about this. Like he don't hide nothing. You know what I'm saying? He tell you exactly what he want to do, how he want to do it. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's an entirely different discussion, man. I talked all about that. Just, I spoke about all of that. But, just looking at this Teofimo Lopez situation, man, this dude needs help, bro. Like, I don't know how he gotta have. It's like him and Ryan Garcia are like in the same boat in terms of like, really struggling mentally. Like mental health wise, they're not doing well. I don't know exactly what caused Teofimo Lopez to fall apart this way, because I do feel like at one point in time, Teofimo Lopez had his wits about him, and it seemed like he was on the right path at one point. It seems like after the Vasil Lomachenko fight, Teofimo Lopez, I don't know if he started feeling himself. I don't know if he just started to, drink his own Kool-Aid, or the motherfucker started acting like his shit don't stink, or I don't know what the situation was, but it just seemed like his mentality just made a turn for the worse at that time. And I remember Kambosos had a press conference with Teofimo, and he said, you let these belts change you. He said something along those lines, like, you let these belts change you. These belts destroyed you. And you was telling them some shit. And Teofimo Lopez was really getting very pissed off to the point where they needed to separate them and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I think that really struck a chord with Teofimo Lopez. And I think that was the beginning of the end between the two, because I think that's what allowed Kambosos to get in Teofimo's head. I think that Teofimo Lopez fell victim to the mind games from Kambosos, because it definitely wasn't a skill set thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Kambosos is just a significantly better talent than Teofimo. To this day, I say that Teofimo Lopez, fully focused and just about his business, beats Kambosos all the time. I think he defeated himself. Not to discredit Kambosos, he's a former unified world champ at the end of the day. But I do think that, it was more of what Teofimo Lopez wasn't doing in comparison to what Kambosos was doing, if you feel what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad that this dude, Teofimo Lopez, he's just blatantly lying. Just blatantly lying. You're the first male two-time undisputed world champ? Really? Because you beat Josh Taylor, who – so that's like me saying, right? Let's say like I fight Oscar De La Hoya, right? Let's say I fight Oscar De La Hoya and I beat the dog shit out of him, right? Let's say I just fuck De La Hoya up. Can I walk around and say I'm a 6th division world champion? Because how Teofimo Lopez is sounding is like he beat a motherfucker and then he just takes their accolades. You know what I'm saying? Like he just able to take their accolades. Like if I hit more threes than Steph Curry, am I the greatest shooter of all time? Like what if I beat Curry 1-on-1 in a basketball game? Am I the greatest shooter of all time? Like, this is how Teofimo Lopez sounds. Like, you beat a dude who has a certain accolade, and all of a sudden, because you beat them, that's your accolade now? How the fuck that even sound? You beat Josh Taylor when he had one belt. But because he had became undisputed in the past, all of a sudden that makes you undisputed. You didn't even unify 140, and you out here calling yourself an undisputed world champ at 140? That's crazy. It's blasphemous. It's bullshit. Like, really. You know what I mean? So when I've heard him say it multiple times, but now he just out here just saying this shit with so much confidence, with like as if it's reality when it's cap. It's cap. So if I go, and this is another example. Let's say I go. Let's just take any fighter, man. Just take any fighter. I go and I punch on Pacquiao. I'm an 8 division world champion now. If I was to go back in time and beat Wilfred Benitez, would I be the youngest world champion ever? That's how Teofimo Lopez sounds. It's idiotic, man. But like when you really assess the situation and see what Teofimo Lopez got going on and the people that's around him, I see why he's delusional, because his father is the same way. His father is an idiot, man. And just he always looked like he under the influence of something. You know what I'm saying? He either on something or he's a former addict. I don't know what the situation is on some real shit, but regardless, the man, it's easy to see why Teofimo is okay with being delusional like that, or it's easy to see why he has that exact mentality as of right now. You feel me? So, yeah, that's what I wanted to speak about with that Teofimo Lopez situation, man. You know what I mean? I had to speak on that. For those of y'all who just came into the building, please hit the like button as soon as you come in. If you would support the channel, you know what I'm saying? Let me see where the likes is at right now. Let me see where the likes is at right now. All right, we got 16 likes. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's get them up. We got 22 people. We got 24 people. 17 likes. Let's get them up. Let's get them up. Appreciate everybody that's been contributing to the channel. And we officially hit that mid 2100 mark. So shout out to the nation and the mob for making that possible, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. But let's go back to this Teofimo Lopez. He said, yeah, Ugas is 9-time world champion. Yeah, like based off of that logic, it's like you beat a nigga and you just absorb their accomplishments. Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck that come from? But anyways, let's play back this audio one more time with Teofimo Lopez talking that bullshit.
And I know that, you know, I be slaying these demons, man. I be slaying these giants, you know, and look at a 2-time lineal world champion in 2 weight divisions, 135, 140, kingpin, the takeover, and all of that at 25 years young. You know what I'm saying? Like these things that I've done, these accolades, man, and the first male undisputed, 2-time undisputed male world champion in the world. Teofimo. Hello.
There you go. Yeah. You know what it is, though? The sport, it's like, it's so used to the gimmicks, right? Like the gimmicks.
Yep. The sport is used to the gimmicks. Meanwhile, you got no idea one of the biggest fucking gimmicks in boxing you happen to be interviewing at that point in time. So, yeah. Yeah. That's who Teofimo Lopez is at this point in time, man. Ain't nothing you can really say or do about it. It is what it is, man. So let's get into some open boxing topics, man, before I get up out of here. I probably got like a good 15 minutes left. So let's talk some boxing, because I feel like I said everything I needed to say about Teofimo. I mean, we got the cooking on him a little bit. And I'm gonna keep doing that just because it pissed people off. Because Teofimo, he got a little fan base out here. You know what I'm saying? They really I really feel like they just be like Devin Haney haters and shit like that. But regardless, I'm gonna keep doing it too. Because like I said, I get a thrill out of getting you motherfuckers mad. You feel me? And that's just what it is, man. Like I don't really know how else to really put it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep holding these motherfuckers accountable for the crazy shit that they say. I also seen Ryan Garcia trying stand-up comedy and all that, and was just on stage like, but I never did steroids. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna just shadow box. Like what? This dude Ryan Garcia looked every bit of 180, 185 pounds, arms fat as hell, drinking, fucking playing. I don't know if it was blackjack he was playing. He was playing some type of card game. Just absolutely falling apart. Don't even look the same. Face all filled in, like he looked legitimately fat. Look legitimately fat. Like he don't look like himself. This dude, obviously, like his family is calling for this man to get some type of help after they done got a nice little check off him, because the whole lead up to the Devin Haney fight, they was enabling him. But now that the fight is over, all of a sudden this dude need help, and he's going to jail. He's getting detained for vandalism and all this shit. Now he's on here playing blackjack with Jimmy Butler and all that shit, and he's just making an absolute fool of himself. Let me see. Let me see this right here. So why do you think Tank quiet social media? I mean, I don't know. That's something that you would have to ask Tank. I don't know that man, and I don't know how the way he move. But I do think it's funny that he talks crazy about other fighters when he already has a fight date lined up with somebody who just so happens to not be that fighter. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. It's like if you're going to talk crazy on social media, talk crazy year round. Like if that's what you want to do and that's what you get into, you know what I'm saying? And do that all the time. Why you waiting until you got a fight date with somebody we don't even want to see you fight to go talk crazy to people that we actually want to see you fight? I don't be understanding that logic. You said Jimmy Butler was very annoyed too. I'm sure he was. Ryan Garcia is a cornball, bro. He's a cornball. I wouldn't want to be around that dude neither. Says, does Artem have a chance against Shakur? I mean, everybody has a chance. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a chance, but I don't know. I think that Shakur Stevenson, he's been hearing all the talks, obviously, because he's very invested in social media. He's been off social media, though, so salute to Shakur Stevenson for falling back off social media. But with that being said, I'm sure he's paying attention to a lot of the things that's being said on social media, how he's a boring fighter and how, his last performance wasn't it. He took a lot of criticism his last fight against De Los Santos. So I think Shakur Stevenson is motivated. I think that he's been locked in at the gym. And I think that he's going to try to put on an exciting performance. I would not be surprised if he tries to sit in front of Artem and try to pick him apart. I would not be surprised if he attempts to go for the stoppage against Artem. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if he, if he really tries to sit there and punches with bad intentions and tries to get Artem up out of there. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? So will that work in his favor? Will it not? That's just something that we're going to have to see. Artem got power. You know what I'm saying? He all right. He said MB typing with his eyes closed. That's funny. He says Coach Kenny said they studying Loma style for the fight, so he thinks the fight will happen next. Well, Coach Kenny don't really got no say in that. You know what I mean? He can speculate all he want. You know what I'm saying? But he's just a trainer at the end of the day. Unless he got some info behind the scenes that Loma is definitely next. I don't know. But, as a coach, in all honesty, you should be studying fighters that's, potential opponents or as a top dog in the division like one of your fighters, because at any time you might get that call that you might have to face them, or they might offer a fight for you to, for your fighter to face them. So it's always good to, see who's around your landscape and seeing little things that you could pick up on and take advantage of if you're going to possibly face them. Like, for example, if I got a top fighter that's in the 154-pound division, I'm looking at all the top guys at 154, and I'm like, all right, we might let's study this guy today to see exactly, what his style is and what he does good and what he doesn't do good. I watch a lot of Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tszyu, Jesus Ramos. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Erickson Lubin. Xander Zayas is on the come up. Josh Kelly. Even if you want to watch Madrimov, you know what I'm saying? Definitely as a coach, you should be studying who's in or around your fighter's division. So, you won't be surprised if you ever get that call. You know what I mean? I just think that that's something smart to do. Let me see. I seen actually a good question. The stranger says, Fury said Usyk only won 3 rounds. Thoughts? I think cocaine is a hell of a drug. That's what I think. I just find it funny that, Tyson Fury has been making all the excuses in the world for why he lost to Usyk and stuff like that. Said that he lost because Usyk's country was at war and all that shit. So they just been backing Ukrainian fighters and shit like that. He was saying a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? But he's faced very little criticism as a result. Whenever typically, fighters make excuses, they get bashed by the media, they get bashed by fans, but not Fury. Fury's been saying so much shit as to why he lost and little things about Usyk and shit like that. And, they just been letting it slide. But God forbid Deontay Wilder says something about Fury and why he lost and all this shit, and then he gets bashed by the entire boxing world. Gets slammed on his fucking head for what he says. He gets crucified for his excuses. Meanwhile, Fury could say whatever he want, and it gets a pass. The double standards is real in boxing. I don't know if you guys have picked that up yet, but it's very real. They're very real. He says, since you're a coach, how do you feel about Calvin saying if he wants something, he has to call Tank? I disagree with that. But at the end of the day, if they got an agreement and if it works for both of them, it is what it is, man. Like I move a totally different way. I would rather get compensated for my work rather than, go on the phone and ask somebody for something and just hoping that they give me it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather get paid for my work and actually be able to, use, my resources whenever I feel is necessary. That's just how I move. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I'm not saying that he trains Tank for free. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you know what I'm saying? I would rather, have my own money so I can make my own choices rather than, think about doing something and having to call somebody. It's like somebody signing a permission slip for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just that man has too much power over you. But like I said, Coach Calvin, if that's how he wants to move and he feels like that's what's best for him and the dynamic that he has with Tank, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If it works for him, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But fuck that. Me personally, I need to be compensated for my work. Especially if I have a fighter like Gervonta Davis who's making millions of dollars a fight. There's no way. You know what I mean? I need my percentage or whatever fee is agreed upon between us two. That's what needs to be given. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way that, you know what I'm saying, I might want like a brand new car or something and I'm not able to get it myself. So I got to call a little Tank so for him to, buy me a car. Like that's not happening. And, I've seen around the time that Gervonta Davis was arrested and shit like that, They said Coach Calvin had like a 2-bedroom apartment in Baltimore. I'm like, wow, this man has one of the biggest cash cows in the sport of boxing. And I'm not judging. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he's comfortable with, then it is what it is. I currently have a 2-bedroom apartment, 2 beds, 2 bathrooms and shit like that. So I can't speak like I'm above Calvin. I don't speak like that, period. I don't speak about I don't speak as if I'm superior to anybody. But I feel like there's no reason why me and Coach Calvin have the same situation going on right now. Coach Calvin should be a millionaire right now. I don't know if he is. I don't know if he's not. But there's no reason why Coach Calvin shouldn't be a millionaire right now. No reason. With all of that money Gervonta Davis done made, let's say Coach Calvin would have had an agreement with Tank where he gets 10% of whatever Tank makes. And let's say, for example, he made $30 million off the Ryan Garcia fight. 10% of that is $3 million. $3 million that would have went in Coach Calvin's pocket. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there's no reason why Coach Calvin shouldn't be a multi-millionaire right now. And come to think about it, like I said, I don't know. Maybe this is me thinking too much or, just being too involved, thinking too much. I don't see why Coach Calvin doesn't have his own gym by now. I think that they train at a rec center in Baltimore. That Upton Boxing Gym, is that a recreational center? Like, what is that? Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, it's a rec center. I don't know, man. Like I feel like as a boxing coach, especially at a high level, there's no reason why you shouldn't have your own boxing gym. Not everybody wants to be a business owner, but that's just another source of income for you. You're not gonna have Tank forever. That's the crazy part. This man Tank said he got 6-7 fights left on his fucking in his career. He said he got a 6-7 fight thing going on, and then after that, he walking away from the sport. So it's like, bro, Tank clock is ticking. Why the fuck are you not getting a bag off of this man? Because it's very rare. It's very rare if a fighter. It's very rare if you get a cash cow caliber fighter, and then you jump back in the mix and you just so happen to get another one. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just a weird dynamic going on. Okay, so L7 says if you still in the hood, wouldn't it be smart to tell people you getting paid millions then drive there every day? He playing it smart. What? Hold on, let me read that one more time. If you still in the hood, it wouldn't be smart to tell people you getting paid millions then drive there every day. He playing it smart. Well, we don't know if he. Do you know if he's getting millions or not? You know something I don't. I know his fighter makes millions of dollars. And then it's like, if you're making millions, why are you still in the hood? Why are you still in the hood if you making millions? I think playing it smart will be getting the fuck out of the hood if you making millions. Because at the end of the day, they might not know how much Calvin got, but they know that Calvin associated with Tank. Them hood niggas know that he associated with Tank, and they know Tank make millions. So that will make him a target in itself. So it's like, if he was really like playing it smart, like if he was playing it smart for real, he would be getting the fuck out of the hood. Shit, I know that. How the way Philly set up, shit. Shit. He said he seems like he enjoys helping the community. Nipsey Hussle did too. Nipsey enjoyed helping his community, and what happened? Oh no. Boots not in the hood. Boots. No, he not. Who said Boots in the hood? When he ever been in the hood? He trained in the gym down Frankfurt for a little bit, and like down Tioga. But like in terms of no, like Boots don't be in the hood. He trained up in the Northeast right now, and that's where he trained at is a really nice area. And his pops live in a nice area, from what he told me. He not in the hood, bro. Boots not in the hood. But you know, you can enjoy helping your community and stuff like that, but you still got to move intelligently, man. Because these streets don't love you, man. Listen, all I know is if I ever get in a prestigious situation like that where I have a fighter and I'm, you know, generating a lot of income off of that fighter, there's no way I'm staying. There's no way I'm staying where I'm at. Like I got a son to live for. I got a 1-year-old, bro. I got a 1-year-old boy that I love with everything in me, and I'll be damned if I, you know, leave this planet because, or I leave my son behind because I'm gonna be selfish and stay in the hood. Like you don't got necessarily leave Philly, but like you know, you gotta put yourself in a more safe situation. You're gonna have to move outside of Philly. That was the first thing. The first crib I ever moved to was outside of Philly. I moved back for a small amount of time. Like I'm currently in Philadelphia right now. I don't know if you heard them dirt bikes just now, but nah, man, it's like when I first heard that my son was on the way, I moved outside of Philly to a beautiful neighborhood. There's multiple suburban areas in Philadelphia, like that, the outskirts of Philadelphia, like the Northeast, Fox Chase and all that, nice neighborhoods up there. We got, Willow Grove, Elkins Park. There's a lot of places outside of Philadelphia. Lower Marion, where Kobe lived at. Gladwin, PA. There's a lot of places outside of Philadelphia that you can move to that's a lot more safe. We also live right by New Jersey. There's a lot of safe places in New Jersey that you can move to as well. Delran, Pennsauken, Deptford. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things you could do. Drexel Hill. I don't know, bro. It's a lot of places that you could move to that got a better education system and all types of shit. Is it expensive in Northeast Philly? Well, just like it depends on the location. It all depends on the location. I never lived in Northeast, so I couldn't really tell you. But it's all about where you live. Like if you up like Grant and the Boulevard and stuff like that, it's gonna be a nice little check to live up there. I don't know, man. It all depends on where you go. They got, especially if you like living in a new build, like if you got a private landlord, you might get a nice little deal. But if you living in one of those new apartment complexes, bro, it's just everything's so expensive nowadays, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I got a good ass deal on this apartment because it's a brand new build. I'm the first person living here and all types. I had a good realtor that was able to negotiate a good, rent price for me. But like any other place, bro, shit, 2-bedroom apartment like $1,800 a month. That's a whole mortgage. I remember when I was a young boy, apartments was $500. That shit done fucking almost quadrupled in price. I seen studio apartments for like $1,300. I'm like, bro, when the fuck that ever been a thing? know what I'm saying? He said New York and LA expensive. Yeah, I be seeing that. That's why a lot of them people from New York and shit, they moving to Philly. Because the living expenses are a lot cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, their apartment's $3K plus. Shit, I never pay that. Even if I had it, I never pay that. I always wanted to live in like one of those high-rise like condominiums, like on some fucking Grand Theft Auto shit. Like that John David, I don't know if y'all peep, but David Benavidez got a high-rise apartment out in Miami. That shit beautiful, bro. I always wanted to live in like one of them, live on like the 40th floor of like a skyscraper type. I always wanted to live like that, but I don't know. I'm too cheap for that, bro. T said Tio feels like because he beat Josh, he undisputed, delusional. Yeah, we was talking about that shit earlier. This motherfucker it's like he absorbing everybody else's accomplishments. I was saying like that's like if I beat up on Pacquiao and shit, I'm an I go and knock out Pacquiao or I beat Pacquiao, I could call myself an 8th division world champion. That's not how that shit works. Real Brandon Casanova. He says, there's that man, Mark. Real one. I was wondering when you was going to pop up and give your take on Leo's interview. I think you meant to say Tio, but we spoke about it. We definitely spoke about it. Yeah, I had to address that because enough is enough, man. Like the bullshit and the lies, bro. I know Teofimo ain't never gonna watch this shit, but it's just like somebody got to keep it real with him, bro. He got a bunch of fake motherfuckers around him. You know what I'm saying? And I was seeing that he said he the youngest. He the youngest he got 2 girls that's older than him. He got 2 older sisters. I got 2 older sisters, and I'm the youngest on my mom's side. So it's like they not keeping it real with you. Shit, I know my older sisters keep it real with me. The fuck? They kept it real with me. So it's like, who's allowing you to keep that mentality? He said, did anyone in the boxing world correct or come at Tio? I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm the only one that be calling out the bullshit. Everybody else just be letting it rock. That's why these dudes continue going crazy. Watch. Teofimo going to have a breakdown. Watch. He lose again, that motherfucker going to lose his mind. He going to be on some Jermaine Taylor shit. I'm telling you. Said, Mr. Keep Running Your Mouth. He says, does Philly don't get along with certain states? Well, Philly's a city, so I don't know what you're trying to say, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Philly got any beef with any other states or anything like that. In terms of like sports rivalries, like Philly, like we don't fuck with the Cowboys. Like Eagles don't fuck with the Cowboys. Eagles don't fuck with the New York Giants. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I really know. From like a sports standpoint, yeah. But like in terms of like genuine beef, I don't think we got beef with anybody. I ain't never heard no shit. Of course there's like, cities that feel like they better than Philly and we be having our debates back and forth. Like Jersey, we talking about they make better cheesesteaks than Philly, which is absolute like bullshit. But that's what they be saying. But I don't know about beef though. He said, I know everything about my city shit. I've been living here my whole life. I hope I would know something. Born and raised in Philly. So I remember Tio had an ego after beating Loma. He was telling other fighters at 35 they need to prove themselves before he fight him. Bro, you had one good win. I mean, that's all you really need nowadays. These dudes, bro, they be talking like these dudes go out here and talk about they Hall of Famers and they only have like 2 signature wins. It's like, bro, like actual Hall of Famers, like these dudes, like there's motherfuckers from back in the day who got more gold medalists on their resume than you have good wins. Like Tito Trinidad beat how many gold medalists? He beat David Reed, he beat Purnell, and then he beat Oscar De La Hoya. That's 3 gold medalists on his own, and that's not even including everybody else that's on his resume. Teofimo got 2 signature wins. So fucking guys like Tito Trinidad have more gold medalists on their resume than Teofimo Lopez has good wins total. And they get 2 wins and they Hall of Famers. Like, it's like, bro, the standard not even fucking high no more to even consider yourself a Hall of Famer. It's crazy. The stranger said, "You like Bad Boys?" That shit was lit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I love that. For those of y'all who haven't watched that shit yet, man, y'all, I'm not too big on movies. I did it just cause though. I fuck with Martin Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite, actors all time. But Bad Boys, that shit had a good mix to it. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. You know what I'm saying? It had his action, good story. You know what I mean? So they did their thing with that ride or die shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The villains was on point. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith's son was out here wilding. You know what I'm saying? They I ain't gonna spoil it, but he definitely got in his bag. He was doing his thing. It's crazy when a lot of people were saying that I look like Will Smith's son, which was funny as shit. I had a bunch of people writing me and shit like that. It was like, yo, you look like Will Smith's son, dog. Yo, you in the Bad Boys movie. That shit was funny because I see the resemblance. That was the funny part. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he definitely got in his bag. You know what I'm saying? It was a good movie, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really don't be fucking with movies all like that. My attention span not really built for movies. Really. I'd be a little bit all over the place and shit, but it was a good one. Let me see. Stop Motion MMA says, would you advise Haney to fight Sandor next? I mean, if he wants to keep his world title, I would advise. I mean, it depends on how Haney feel about that belt, because Haney feel a way about the WBC right now. He feel a way about them because they out there giving Ryan Garcia his support and all that shit. Meanwhile, they not even checking in on Haney. And in reality, Haney's the real victim because he fell victim to a fucking drug cheat. Meanwhile, the drug cheat is getting all types of love and support, and they praying for his mental health and shit like that. So I don't know how Haney's feeling about the WBC right now. If he wants to keep that title, then he has to fight Sandor. Unless he want to give him some more step aside money. He gonna have to fight Sandor. If he don't give a fuck about the belt, then he could just let go of the belt, have Sandor fight somebody for it, and he could take all the rest he need and come back when he ready. You feel me? So I don't know. I mean, it all depends on what Devin Haney want to do. You said no cap. Reggie did his shit. Yeah, Reggie drawed. Reggie drawed. He was in his fucking duffel. Cleared that whole shit out. Yeah, I like how they kept all the original actors too, because they had Reggie on, Bad Boys and all that shit when he was a baby. Kept him on and shit. Shit was dope, man. Real Brandon Casanova. He says, have you seen recent pics of Haney? How overweight this guy look? Yeah, he ain't never fighting at 140. If he don't back in there soon. If he don't get back in there soon, all bad. Yo, look, man, like these dudes, they walk around heavy. That's just what it is. I just seen Ryan Garcia, like I said, he was doing his he was gambling with Jimmy Butler and them, and he looks every bit of 180 to 185 pounds. That's just my estimate. He looks real fat, real round face, big arms and all that. These dudes just walk around heavy, man, and they drain themselves for our entertainment. So, yeah, Devin Haney, I don't see him being at 40 that much longer. I think that he's probably looking at 140 as a division to avoid. And based off of what Devin Haney been talking about, it seems like he's very intrigued about 47. That's what it looked like to me. He looked like he want to fight Barrios. So, maybe, although he jumped up 5 pounds to fight at 140, it's probably still too much of a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if he add an additional 7 pounds and campaign at welterweight, he'd be all right. Yeah, they did switch up the wife. Yeah, I peeped that, Brandon. You right. They switched up the wife. Maybe she wasn't available. I don't know where her situation was, but I like that they kept Reggie. That's what I was more. That's what I was talking about though. Who do y'all think Plant is fighting August 10th? Well, what's crazy. What's crazy. I had heard it's not gonna happen, but there was a very, very strong chance of Caleb Plant fighting Daniel Jacobs a while back. That they were supposed to fight, and they was like real close to making it happen, and then something fell apart. I forgot exactly what it was. But in terms of who Plant is fighting August 10th, what card is that? Is that somebody's undercard? What is that? Well, I'll tell you what, it ain't gonna be Berlanga. I seen Demetrius Andrade call out Caleb Plant. Yeah, a lot of people don't fight at their natural walk around weight. That's a fact. It's actually very rare. They said it's actually very rare if somebody walks around they fight weight. Like Floyd was a very rare example. And Tank looked like he right now, you know what I mean? Since he been staying focused and keeping his weight low, it seemed like he walk around at his fight weight too. Because he said that coming into camp, he weighed 138. So you mean to tell me you only cutting 3 pounds? To That's fight weight shit. Plant don't have a belt. Canelo's undisputed at 68 right now. But yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know who Caleb Plant to fight. I doubt it'll be anybody notable, honestly. I don't know. I would have to really see. But if Demetrius Andrade and Caleb Plant were to fight, that's a good fight. I could have sworn Demetrius Andrade was gonna go back down to 60, but I don't know. I don't know. After that Benavidez fight, he was Andre Rozier and them was talking about going back to 60, but it seems like, Demetrius Andrade got different plans. What's the next big card? Bam, Teofimo, Shakur. Yeah, that's the only ones I could really think of. At this point, it's like with top rank Jones, since like the main events be Doogie, I just be looking for like the undercard. Like I just want to see the prospects coming up and how they perform and shit like that. That's all I really be looking forward to. PYP says Teofimo needs to get a big KO or a great performance to be relevant right now. 140 is wide open. I mean, but this the thing. PYP is like if he gets a big KO or he has a great performance, either one of those, it's against Steve Claggett, bro. So it's like if he looks phenomenal, all right, he looks phenomenal, but who is he looking phenomenal against? I don't know if he's going to get the credit that he's looking for beating a opponent like that. I don't know. What's up, J Cash? What up? What up? It's cool. Like if you look phenomenal, you get it. Like let's say he put Steve Claggett to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Let's say like he washed him. Like it's not even cool. It's Steve Claggett, bro. You said, do you like Whitaker? I'm assuming you're referring to Ben Whitaker. I'm assuming you talking about that up and coming light heavyweight dude. Bro, be moving. Still on the spectrum for me, but he nice. I agree with you. I agree with you. He's still on the spectrum for me as well. He definitely. I mean, I see the showboating and all that, the rhythm he got, and all that type shit. But you know, I mean, who is he doing that against? You just got to continue performing, keep stepping you up in opposition, and if you continue to put on the type of performances, then you start building that respect, and you start getting the credit you looking for. Um, that's all he really do. He at the building stages right now, so I'm not gonna be too harsh on him or give him too much credit neither. He just got to continue showing and proving. That's all. But there's guys in the light heavyweight division that I think uh, will give him a lot of trouble. I think Tifo Burlton will give Ben Whitaker smoke. That's just what I think. And Atif do all the showboating and dancing just like Ben Whitaker. So if anything, he do it better than him. Pause. Look, man, it's like people gonna constantly say shit about Devin Haney, bro. He's the most hated motherfucker in the sport of boxing right now. So if he don't say anything, they gonna talk shit. If he says something, they gonna talk shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so the hatred that they have for this man is so blatant. Like it's insane to me, bro. It's sad for real, for real. Like you would think that they would just hate this dude like from a boxing standpoint, but it is deeper than boxing. Like these dudes have like a deeply rooted resentment towards Devin and Bill Haney for real. They hate their dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I don't really give a fuck about their dynamic, honestly. Like if we just keeping it real, as long as they giving us the fights that we want to see and they doing their thing, then it is what it is. I don't put too much stock in what these motherfuckers be saying or doing, bro. It's like, are you contributing to the sport of boxing in a positive way? Yes, no. That's all that really matter to me. And it's crazy. Like if Devin Haney wants to sue Ryan Garcia for being a fucking cheater, why y'all care so much? What the fuck that got to do with boxing? Why y'all so concerned? Why y'all feel the need to have an opinion on that? If he want to take legal action because he felt like he got cheated against and his career took damage from that one situation, he entitled to doing that. It is what it is. And I hope he get every dollar off Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia is a fucking cheater. It's like y'all want to be okay with, like y'all so okay, like y'all hate this motherfucker so much, y'all okay with him being cheated. It's crazy to me. Let me see. Damn. me see something. Why did Oscar get the $1 million from the bet? Why did that happen? I don't think it was a bet. I just think that they took that. They took $1 million out of Ryan Garcia's purse. They fined him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a bet. They just took that money from that guaranteed purse he got from the Haney fight. Now, why did it go to Oscar? I'm not sure. I feel like the man who got cheated should be the one that's entitled to that money. That's just my opinion. But, you know, I can't tell motherfuckers what and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like the person that's cheated should be the one that should be compensated for that. I don't see why that money should go back to Oscar. But it is what it is. Hey, man, it is what it is. I don't really like speaking on them all motherfuckers, bro. I just know neither one of them dudes on my level. That's all I know. They ain't fucking with me. I don't give a fuck how many subscribers they got. They ain't fucking with me. They can't talk boxing with me. They can't break down boxing like me. They can't do nothing better than me. Except be haters. Dead ass Mark, I care less. No stock into the whole thing, but to be honest with you, I feel like if Ryan would have came on weight and no PED. I mean, the thing is, we won't ever know. Like that's you know what I'm saying? There's no way for us to even know. It sounds like you just speculating. It sounds like you just think that about Dev. I don't know that. I just know the facts that's in front of me. Ain't no way for us to really know how Devin will react because I haven't seen Devin lose yet in a fair fashion. Now, if he were to, lose to somebody and, it was a legit loss, like the motherfucker was clean and all that, then, if he were to act like that, then yeah, it would make Dev look bad. But I'm not going to talk crazy about a nigga, you know what I mean, who wants some get back for being cheated. It's like, would y'all rather him take that shit outside of the ring? Would y'all rather him take it outside of the ring? And let's say, like, Devin took it personal and, he actually, like, didn't take it in a legal manner and took it out to the streets. And let's say he bust Ryan over the head with a fucking pipe or something. Y'all would have called him all types of stupid and fucking ignorant and, an idiot. Y'all would talk shit about Dev regardless. So Dev, he just need to go do whatever the fuck he feel like is right. You know what I'm saying? Because either way he go about it, y'all gonna call him a sucker anyway, because y'all don't like him. So it is what it is. This the thing. It's like if I really don't feel bad for Ryan at all, bro. Like if you a drug cheat and you out here looking for every advantage possible and you getting sued left and right as a result, fuck it, bro. Like you don't deserve to be in the position that you're in right now. You deserve every bit. Like if you blatantly cheating, you deserve every bad thing that comes your way. Motherfuckers die in boxing, bro. Like people don't understand this. I just seen like yesterday actually. I seen somebody get hit with a right hand, and they had to put a fucking oxygen mask on him because he wasn't breathing. And this was from one punch. They had to put that man on an oxygen mask from one shot to the fucking temple. And and this could easily happen to your favorite fighter. You see what I used to rock with Pritchard Cologne heavy, and when I seen that happen to him when he fought Terrell Williams, bro, that broke my heart. So the fact that like there's actually people over here that have the audacity to put substances in their system that could give them an unfair advantage, bro. I don't feel bad for nothing that happened to them at all. Stop Motion said in 20 years, Ryan gonna be one of the fighters penniless. listen, man, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I really hope that that's not true. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, you know what I mean? If that were to happen, I wouldn't feel bad. You think so? Look, PYP, look at it this way. Look at it this way, PYP. You said 1 year too lenient. I agree with that. That one section right there, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that it should have been at least 2 to 3 to really get the point across because these motherfuckers only fight once a year any fucking way. 2 times, if that. But the 1.2 mil, you said that's too harsh. I don't know if that's too harsh because, you know, from what I heard, you know, Ryan Garcia makes a shit ton of money. So I don't know if 1.2 really affects him all like that. What was the guaranteed purses for Ryan and Dev? I don't know. Let me see. I don't think they really be revealing all their information like that, but let's see. I'm reading in this article right here, boxingnews.com. It says Ryan Garcia made $50 million for the Devin Haney fight. And then it says Oscar De La Hoya hinted that Garcia could bring a total close to $30 million for this fight against Devin Haney. So I don't know if 1.1 mil, 20 million for Ryan last fight. So taking 1 mil off of 20 million, I don't know if it's a 20th. I don't know. I don't think that that's bad at all. I don't think Ryan tripping either. For real. I don't know if he really tripping off that. I know if I made 20 million, 30 million, whatever the case is, and a motherfucker, and you know, you said no money fine? PYP, you different, man. You definitely different. So you think a drug cheat should just keep all his money after he did what he did? That's crazy. He says, my thing is, if we're going to be talking PEDs, we need to talk it all around. Like with other fighters as well, punishment needs to be all across the board, not direct, Mark. I'm talking boxing commission. Well, who you referring to? Well, who's other fighters? You gotta be specific, my brother. Who's the other fighters you referring to? I don't know, man. I feel like I say this, and I said this before before they gave, you know, Ryan Garcia the suspension and all that shit. I said, if you really want these fighters to stop taking performance enhancement drugs, you got to hit their activity, you got to hit their records, and you got to hit their pockets. That's the only way they gonna understand you. If you get this motherfucker a 2-year ban, but he's still able to keep his 30 million, he gonna sit back them 2 years and enjoy them for that fucking 30 million. He ain't gonna be tripping. I don't know. Gotta hit their pockets, man. Just like with anything, when you boycott something, the only way they gonna feel that boycott is if you hit their pockets. PYP. He says, well, 3 years, but why the money? He will lose money by not fighting. I mean, he should. He should. He should lose money by not fighting. Yes. Fuck. So what? So what? You want to be a drug cheat? Yeah, go sell them, go pose in them drawers in Calvin Klein, nigga. There's other ways to make money. He should lose money by not fighting. That's exactly what his punishment should be. The stranger said Derek James been going through it. I don't think Derek James give a fuck for real. You say you know who I'm referring to. You talked about them the other day. I talked about a few people, bro. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. Said Derek James. Yeah, Derek James been going through. I don't think he cared for real. Cause I know he getting paid, so he ain't tripping. Derek James done got to a lot of fucking money, bro. Like, just really think about it, yo. How many multi-million-dollar fighters this man done fucking trained and got compensated for? Earl Spence, Jermell Charlo, Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia, and then he just got a big bag off Frank Martin. Come on, yo. Now I'm probably missing somebody too, but Jermell Charlo is getting a nice little bag at 54. He got two motherfuckers that generate a lot of revenue, Errol and fucking Ryan. Even though probably Derek James feel like he got shortchanged by Earl or whatever. Man, Derek James got to a fucking bag quick too, bro. Quick. You said, but do you think fighters would want to train with Derek James? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Like, bro, you gotta really look at it. Like, they gonna see that this man got Earl Spence to the point that he got him to. He built Earl from scratch too, since the amateurs. Then not only did he show that he could build a fighter from scratch, but he showed that he could improve a fighter as well. With Jermell Charlo, when Jermell Charlo was with Ronnie Shields, he was an outboxer who didn't really sit on his punches and used a lot of movement. Then he came over to Derek James and he taught him how to sit down on his punches and really perfect his technique and shit like that. He started uh, getting a lot of knockouts and being this aggressive power puncher. This man, Derek James, no, he's had unified world champions. He's had undisputed world champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't? Derek James, I don't give a fuck what type bad situation he's in or how many losses he done had recently. Derek James is one of the best trainers in the world. Straight like that. And they can say whatever they want. I see Cameron and Mace over there talking shit about Derek James. Like, Cam, stick to your tired ass fucking 2006 bars, my nigga. Like, you don't know nothing about boxing or what the fuck going on over here. You know what I'm saying? You got that fake ass sports show and you don't know boxing, bro. Cut it out. And then, what's a bonus with Derek James too is that he was a former fighter, so he know how that shit go. You know that shit hold a lot of credit with a lot of fighters. Is like a lot of fighters they don't really want to train with nobody who hasn't fought before. You feel what I mean? And Derek James, he done been there. Done had like 23 fights or some shit like that. So Marky Don, what up? Yeah, Earl is foul. If the accusations are true, I just don't know if Derek James will switch up on him like that. I don't know that. I don't know if he'll switch up on Earl like that. But you know what I mean? I think that. Hold on real quick, y'all. My fault. I got a phone call. But you know, y'all talking about better Bivol and Better Beef. Man, I'm mad we didn't get to get that shit in June, man. Fuck. But I mean, it's still it has a lot of significance. It's a meaningful fight. It's for all the marbles. And I think it's a fight that, I think it's over marinated in all honesty. I think this fight should have happened at least 2 years ago. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I do think I got the I feel like I want to say Better Beef, man. But with him being older and just being so injury prone now, man, he's showing signs of like his body slowly but surely starting to deteriorate and not being able to keep up with, the sport of boxing. Bivol, on the other hand, he finally got a knockout. You know what I'm saying? He's just been more consistent for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I just think he been more consistent for me. And I think a few years ago, I'd have been very confident in picking Better Beef. But I don't know right now, man. I don't know. But for everybody who's saying that it's a 50-50 fight, I'm not arguing that. Because Bivol could easily be in his bag and just fucking give Bivol the business. But I don't know. I just rock. I feel like I'm more confident in Bivol right now. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want to see what everybody. Anonymous, what you think, Anonymous? Even with Martin, Derrick James did great in the loss. I agree with you. And what was crazy was Derrick James seen what Gervonta was doing. And he was pointing it out. Like he was telling you, yo, stay up off them ropes, man. Like he seen what Gervonta was cooking up. But, Frank Martin, they just had the experience necessary to, get through that. You say you rocking with Bivol, Anonymous? Me too. Yeah, we on the same page with that one. Oh, okay, so it was a knee injury that Better Beef had. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. And typically when people got bad knees, they have trouble with road work. That's what happened with Andre Ward with the first Kovalev fight. That's what happened with Canelo Alvarez during the Triple G shit. You know what I'm saying? Them knees, them knee injuries ain't no joke. And they could really have an effect on your conditioning. You need your knees, pause. You need them to perform at a high level. But yeah, I think Bivol gonna get him. But if he gets into some exchanges with Better Beef, and he don't tighten the fuck up, it could be a bad joint. It could be a bad joint. The stranger says Andre called out Plant. Yeah, I was just talking about that a little bit ago. He says, you like that fight? I do like the fight. Like I said, after Andre lost to Benavidez, I was hearing from Andre's team that they were gonna go back down to 160, but I guess they had a change of mind. Stylistically, it's an interesting fight. I think they're both, slick boxers, good athleticism, great intelligence. Andre is a little bit more unorthodox. He got really, I think Andre has really fast hands, good power. You know what I mean? Just unpredictable shots. I do think that I don't know. That's a really good fight. That's a really good fight. I'll be really intrigued to see how that shit goes. You said Plant gonna knock Andre out? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. If Plant was a knockout Andre, I'd be impressed. I don't think so. Agent says you got Plant winning. Stop Moses said I hope Andre stops him. Shit. That's how it's a good fight though. Plant puts. I mean, he put the rail to sleep. You gotta have some type of power to knock somebody out now. Shout out to my boy PYP with the $2 super chat. He says, my guy Mazuma, man, I soak knowledge here. I appreciate that, my brother. I'll try my best, man. I learn from y'all. I learn from y'all too, though. It's a equal exchange. I learn something new every time I go live with y'all, man. The Benavidez stopped planting. No, he didn't. But he stopped Andre. He said Caitlin Clark is him. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I can't speak on that at all. Can't speak on that at all. Plant has sneaky power. Yes, he does. Andre got power too, though, man. Andre got power too. I'm telling you. He put a lot of motherfuckers on that canvas. He said, Plant knocks out Andre. I'm crashing out. That's funny. Oh, shit. Yeah, the way that Plant put Darrell to sleep, though, he had like KO of the year, though. So it's like, I don't care what nobody say. It take power to concuss somebody. You know what I mean? If you got concussive, if you could put somebody to sleep, you got power. You might not have the best power, but if you could put somebody to bed where they not conscious with one shot, you got something. But Plant smooth, he fundamentally sound. I love his combination punches. He boxes real smooth, I love his style, man. But Andre, I don't know, man. That's a good fucking fight. A lot of people sleep on Andre. Andre a little bit older. He in a weight class. He really don't got no business in for real. But he fell victim to the politics of boxing, so he had no choice but to move up because he wasn't getting no opportunities. So because he get washed by big ass Benavidez, all of a sudden people think Andre ain't shit. There's like, yo, Andre was dangerous for years and was avoided for years. Yeah, Plant dropped Uskadagi 3 times. Yeah, Uskadagi was tailor-made for Plant, though, man. That was like, when I first heard that fight got announced, I was like, man, he going to cook Uskadagi so bad. I knew he was going to bake Uskadagi. I see Uskadagi all off balance and falling over on his punches. I'm like, yo, Plant going to make him look stupid, man. And he did. He did. He shined all over that motherfucker. You say you praying Andre finds his fountain of youth. He didn't look old against Benavidez, though. He didn't look old. He couldn't deal with the fucking sheer power of Benavidez. He couldn't deal with the size. Pause. And Andre Benavidez hit him with a good body shot. And it looked like it took all the it looked like it just put Andre on E. And what's crazy is Benavidez did the same shit to Plant. Plant was chilling. Plant got hit with a good body shot against Benavidez, and it took everything out his gas tank. That happens. I've seen it. A good body shot could really change the dynamic of a whole fight. A well-placed body shot could take all the gas out your tank. I don't give a fuck what type of shape you in. I don't give a fuck how long you've been training, all the road work, all the sit-ups, whatever. You get hit. If you get hit in the body good enough, that should have zapped you of all your energy. Yeah, he couldn't deal with the pressure. That's a fact. But even then, Andre had little moments where he was throwing 5-6 punch combinations, and it looked like they flustered Benavidez a little bit, but Benavidez just trucked him, bro. I mean, he trucked him. Ralph said they don't pay attention to history. Mark, Canelo had 3 belts at 60, and he needed 1 more belt to be undisputed. And Andre had the last belt, but Canelo didn't want smoke. That's a fact. They went on to say that, like, you know, Andre didn't beat anybody. You fought with nobody. He fought with nobody because pussy ass niggas like you wouldn't give him no opportunities, nigga. Like, why don't nobody ever say that? Andre was looking for him at 54, was looking for him at 60. Bro. 3 weight classes this man followed Canelo up to and still couldn't get a fucking opportunity. And it wasn't even only Canelo neither. Triple G didn't want no smoke. Like these dudes, they avoided him any way they could. He was finally about to get a chance against Billy Joe. Billy Joe test positive. I mean, Andre had a hard road, man. You said Adama is a bum, in my opinion. Damn. Caleb Plant ain't beat nobody. I mean, he beat 2 world champions though, Uskadegi and Darrell. I ain't gonna lie to you though, like that little reign that Plant had while he had the IBF though, that man fought straight turkeys, bro. When he got that IBF off Uskadegi, I think he fought like Caleb Truax, bum. Then he fought a nigga named like Mike Lee, who was like on a Subway commercial, bum. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, bro, this dude, like, they really trying to get him some title defenses for sure. Then they cashed him out with Canelo, but it was like, I don't know. And I think that Mike Lee was a whole light heavyweight that got down to 68. He said, I'm trying to see Shushu get tested against Joet Gonzalez. Dude is talking a lot. He needs a name on his resume. I mean, I just think he's doing what he needs to do as a fighter. Just promote himself and get his name up out, like get his name in the mix so people could pay attention to him and pay for his fights. Pay to see him fight. He in the building stages right now, man. He's getting into that contender phase. So, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. I ain't knocking it. Said Adama is overrated. I never really been impressed with Adama is neither. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I got John Beck smoking Adama is for sure. John Beck, he I don't know. He a scary motherfucker to me, bro. I don't know. It's something about him. Espinoza 6'1", 126. That's fucking insane, bro. Where they be getting these builds from, my nigga? Like 6'1", 126. I got a 5'9". I got an amateur that's 5'9" and fight at fucking 126, 132. And he's taller than 99% of the guys he fights. 6'1", insane, bro. It's like fucking Sebastian Fundora crazy ass. 6'6", 154. Bro, like where you find this, bro? Espinoza the best featherweight in the world. Espinoza versus Nick Ball, 6'1" versus 5'2". Shit. Wait, what you mean you feel the same about Keyshawn? What about him? Said Espinoza beat Trent. Yeah. I hated that shit, man. I wanted Robesi to win so bad. Mastermind, I'm about to get up out of here anyway, man. You came on a little too late, my brother. You should have came like an hour ago. I'm just letting the people chop it up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to attend to this bullshit after I get off of here. So Espinoza will beat ball through the canvas. That's low-key a pause, but we're going to let it slide. I'm trying to think if I know anybody that like 6'1", 126. Like, you said Zab Judah beat Shane. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I'm rocking with Robesi in the rematch, Anonymous. Facts. I'm mad as shit Robesi lost that John, man. I fuck with Robesi heavy. I'm trying to think if I know anybody that tall that's that fucking light. 6'1", 126. The only one I got like one kid that's like 5'10". But nah, bro. I don't know. That's crazy. I remember my dad had a dude. He wasn't an amateur, nothing like that. He didn't end up doing nothing, but like tall, real tall, skinny African kid. Looked like Bobo for Manute Bol's son. Bobo looked just like him. Motherfucker was like 6'3" and weighed like 115 pounds, bro. If I ever get a kid that's that tall and that light, I'm just having him work his jab, bro. I swear to God, he only gonna have a jab. Yeah, you talking about Lil Red Lopez. Yo, there was this restaurant that I had went to. I forgot where the fuck it was, man. I don't know if it was Florida. I don't know. Bruh, damn, I'm mad about. I think, as a matter of fact, I think it's a Mexican spot down here in Philly. I think it's called El Rey. And they have food named after boxers. And I think Ruben Little Red Lopez was one of them. De La Hoya was one of them. It was a dope little section, bro. Shit was dope. Yeah, I'm familiar with Little Red though. I'll be seeing him on my Facebook timeline all the time. Said the Mexican Native American. Man, keep it 1,000, bro. A lot of Mexicans are Native American. I don't want to get into the history of all that shit, but when you look at a lot of these Mexicans, yeah, they Native Americans, man. I mean, they don't want to admit it. It's like these Dominicans that think they ain't black, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Mastermind says, shout out to Lomachenko. If he is to fight Tank, his resume is spectacular. Hell yeah. Because at that point, Loma fought damn near, he fought T.O., Haney, and fucking Tank. Yeah. Me no black. Yeah, you can't tell Dominicans they black. Me no black. I got one boxer named Edison. Now he admit he black, so we chilling, but it be more this motherfucker. He don't even lift weights or nothing. This dude dieseled in the motherfucker, abs, biceps all crazy, big ass shoulders, black as hell with braids. Got a whole afro when he on braided shit. And there be motherfuckers that look like him that say that they not black. Shit be insane. That shit be mind boggling, bro. So, do you think Tank? This is gonna be my last question, y'all. Says, do you think Tank and Floyd beef was real? Seems like all the stuff disappeared now that the fight is over. I just think that Tank got quiet, but the beef between Tank and Floyd is definitely real. That's not that's definitely not fake. And what confirmed it all for me was Floyd getting rid of Leonard Ellaby. I was already knowing that the beef was real, but once I seen that Floyd got rid of Leonard Ellaby, got rid of him, and that was like his day one homie because Leonard cool with Tank and been helping Tank out and shit. That's when I knew because I already know Floyd was looking at it like, yo, why you keep fucking with this nigga when he keep disrespecting me? You supposed to be my homie. And Leonard probably like, yo, man, like I get along with Tank. I've been helping him out. And Floyd probably gave him the ultimatum. He either gave him the ultimatum or he was like, you know what? Stay over there. You know what I'm saying? And from there, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what confirmed it for me. And it was just so funny. Like Floyd was like, Leonard Ellaby left Mayweather Promotions so he could spend more time with his family. You saying that shit. Meanwhile, Leonard Ellaby is at a press conference with Gervonta Davis that same day. Like, he ain't worried about his fucking family, bro. He about to be the CEO of GTD Promotions, or he about to just be like You know what I'm saying? He about to be helping out Tank now because you feel away. It's not really a conspiracy theory. Like it's facts. Like they got genuine problems. You know, and Floyd been doing, and Floyd been doing everything in his power to try to make Tank look bad. Like posting shit on his story like canceled, and him going on fight hype, and uh posting a full sparring session between him and Devin Haney. Like he's been doing a lot, bro. Like Floyd is a legitimate hater. What's this comment check shit? What's this? What that mean? I'm confused. Anybody know what that is? The fuck? Mm. Well, the reason why Floyd is in the middle of young men fight causing chaos is because Floyd doesn't want anybody to get anywhere near what he uh, has accomplished. Every person that has ever gotten a lot of recognition else, like, it has nothing to do with Floyd, or you know what I'm saying, that he always found a way to hate on him. Like Devin Haney, hating on Haney, hating on Tank. When Andre Ward was getting all that pound for pound #1 credit, he was hating on Andre Ward and was trying to shit on Virgil Hunter. Hating on Bud on the low, telling him to go fight Benavidez. When Canelo was getting his little recognition, he talking crazy about Canelo. Like Floyd is an absolute hater, bro. Like he don't want nobody within reach of his crown. Floyd still go around saying that he the face of boxing to this day. And it's like, bro, no, you're not, because we don't talk about you no more, Floyd. Not in the present tense. It's like there's plenty of people in boxing right now that's shining, and we don't need you around no more. Like Floyd just want the world to stop spinning when he stopped boxing. He just want everybody to focus on him, and that's it. He love the spotlight so much that he don't want to share it with nobody else. Yeah, like Floyd he a hater, bro. And it's not a coincidence that Floyd always get into it, or says something crazy about somebody who popping. It's not a coincidence at all. And I'm gonna just leave it like that. So I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I've been on this live for 2 hours. This is definitely longer than I had anticipated. I was gonna do an hour and dip, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that contributed to the conversations and everything like that, man. And shout out to PYP for sending the super chat, showing love to Mazuma TV, man. We at the mid 2100 mark right now. We on our road to 3K. And this isn't possible without y'all. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful ending to y'all night. And I hope y'all start y'all week with, the best. I hope you start your Monday on the best foot possible. You know what I'm saying? Am I coming on tomorrow? I'm gonna try my best, my brother. I can't guarantee anything because, like I said, I'm still dealing with some things I need to situate. But for the meantime, I will be attempting to post some videos tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that as well, man. But until then, this was Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope y'all have a blessed night, man. Peace.